They didn't respond and they left the group chat. So in my mind, they're just a pair of going old school filming today. Breathe. Well, good morning everybody and welcome to the Sunday morning show. I've got to calm down when it comes to this particular video because I'm trying to work out whether 2026 is actually the end of YouTube for me personally. Do I want to continue doing YouTube following on from what's been going on and how things have gone within the channel and how things have actually gone with YouTube itself? Got an interesting comments, there were a number of comments that have come in. Certainly I've had a couple in the last couple of years, but most recently I've had one that has maybe rattled me a fraction, and sometimes you got to calm yourself down before you switch that camera on or even reply to a comment. You know, really important to smell the roses, should we say, smell the roses. Anyway, get your kettle on. Sunday morning, let's all put a smile on our faces, and I'm going to play a little bit of golf at Cayman Golf. I've got 45 minutes because I've just dropped Bobby off for a bit of football practice, and I've got to pick him up, yeah, in 45 minutes time. So let's get this done. Now I say we're going old school filming because I am using an old rig. I was in my office today thinking that I had my my actual cameras and I didn't, so this is what I'm using. As you can see, we've got shotgun mic on top, we've got my old little Sony camcorder camera. If you're starting out vlogging, this is all you need in your world. That little bad boy right there, setting you back about 700 quid for the camcorder, a couple of extra batteries, maybe 50 quid each. Little top shotgun mic, probably costing you 250, 300 quid. Little SD card of about 35 quid, and then rock and roll. Monty's at home, he's been fed. I've had some lasagna, so I'm all sorted. Bob's, like I said, Bob's dropped off. I'll pick him up on my way back. I've got about 35 minutes left to get my Sunday morning show filmed, and then I will be heading over to see Bob.
Okay, perfect.
Alright,
See you at home.
see you a bit later.
Yeah.
Bye, bye, bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thought I was walking away there, didn't you? Well, no, actually. Oh, I've got to get that sun out. Look. Actually, I was making it ready for the cut. So if I walk away, then you think that the camera's not even there. But actually, then I got to stop, turn around, come back, grab the camera, and then reposition it again for the next video. Because I've had these comments, and these comments have rattled me. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm just sharing with you exactly what goes on when it comes to self-filming. If you're looking to get into YouTube and do self-filming, it's not just a case of here we go and put the camera down and or somebody comes with you. No, it costs you a lot of money to have somebody to come with you. So self-filming is really important, and then you've got to think about your editing whilst you're filming. So you've got to think about all your cuts as you're kind of working your way through the video. Wrong club! Ooh, rattled that. Absolutely rattled that. Saved it. Saved it. Saved it. Get the shot, get the shot, get the shot. There's the shot. That gives it a good feel. Move the camera into position. Get a nice little bit of that log on the left hand side there, which kind of makes it feel quite nice. And then we punch in just a little bit there, making you get an understanding of what's in front of me. We cut now to the next bit. Wrong green. Wrong green. Drop off the green. Got it here. Oh, it's thick there, really thick. Should we ever sit down with the alligator and figure out what this is all about, shall we? Oh, it's a bit low. Let's punch that in a bit. In fact, why don't you come down here with me? Let's have a little bit of that, shall we? Mr. Alligator. Try and get some light in here. Under the shade, you see, you don't get much light. The lens doesn't really like it too much. Right, I just want to share with you what this is all about, because, you know, I've got pretty thick skin, if I'm honest with you. If you do this job long enough, or if you work in the golf industry long enough, you've got to have thick skin. And the reason I say that is because, if I'm honest, when you're a secretary of a golf club or a manager of a golf club, you have to deal with some absolute idiots. You really do. And even being a pro of a golf club, you've got to deal with people that have a bad day and they want to take it out on somebody, and they generally take it out on you, the golf pro or the general manager. So when you're thinking about making a complaint, go through it in the correct manner. You know, take your time, you know, do what I do, decompress a little bit, and then talk about what's kind of going on. So I put out a video the other day, which I was actually quite proud of, in fact. I do a lot of work with Hole 19. You guys know that I do work with brands that that use this platform to be able to promote themselves through the platform of YouTube, through the platform of Dan Hendriksen Golf. And I understand that this channel has moved and meandered its way through the YouTube space, and I get that, and the reason it's happened is because I've had to pivot at different times when it comes to this channel. And the reason for that is because YouTube is a hard platform. I've got 53,000 subscribers on this channel. Now think about it, if YouTube held up their end of the bargain and put out my video to all 53,000 people, the views would be fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But in their wisdom, whatever that is, I don't know, in their wisdom, they don't put it out to 53,000 people when a video drops. They'll put it out to 500 of you or 1,000 of you, and then they'll see how well that does within that 1,500 people, whatever it is, and then they'll push it out to 500 people that aren't subscribers to the channel, and they'll see what that does, and then they'll decide whether they're going to push your channel or not push your channel. And if they push your video, then they're going to push it to your audience. If they decide that the click-throughs on that particular video aren't great, then they're not even going to, it's not even going to show up on your feed, which really is, I think, the biggest disappointment. And that's why this channel's had to pivot so much over the time. And I will come to the different people that have been on this channel and where they're at right now, because I feel like an update is really important. But now I got this comment the other day from a video I put out with Hole 19, me self-filming when I'm in France, which as you can see has its own challenges. You haven't got somebody filming with you, so you're trying to work your way around the golf course, playing in a competition, trying to keep up with the pace of play, trying to run around, put cameras down, but also try and put a score together, and it's a challenge, it's a real challenge. Now, this is not a violin moment, okay? Not a violin moment. I don't want you to get your violins out and start playing, but what it is, I'm just giving you an insight into what this life is actually all about. So, this comment came in from that particular video. I've watched your content from the start, but recently I've noticed that your subscriber numbers haven't changed over the last couple of years. So he's been a subscriber from the start, or he's followed from the start, which I don't know what that means. Does that mean that take this seriously? Does that mean you need to listen to me because you've been here the whole time of my journey of being on YouTube? I don't quite know, and this is the problem with keyboards, is I don't know if that person now, if I'm having a conversation with them, maybe that point might come across in a slightly different way, but you read what you read into it, don't you? Personally, I believe, so this is their opinion, I believe it as you no longer have a reason for people to watch. There's no real reason in his mind that people would bother coming to watch what I do. It used to be a lot of course vlogs with plenty of banter. This current vlog, after about 4.5 minutes, had less than 30 seconds of audio. What's the point? Then, carrying on, I have another comment that came in, as you can see here. This is from a chap called Robin, who I know Robin comments an awful lot on the channel. And Robin said I had various back and forths with Dan about the channel. Quality of videos, lack of vlogs. He says he's doing what he needs to do. I'm same as you, watched from the start and before, so probably watched when I was over on Crossfield's channel. Just seems like a cheaper, poorer product, lacking enthusiasm. Shame, this was one of my favourite channels, but these days I don't take much notice of what he's doing. I don't wait for the videos to drop. Now, again, we read what we want to read into that comment there, and obviously Robin is just giving his feedback to the chap that commented before. But obviously I get to read all this and I get to hear what people say, and I responded in a way in which was, look, I take on board everybody's comment. Positively or negatively, I read every single comment that comes in, every single one. I may not respond to them, I may just give it a thumbs up, I may brush over it depending on how I'm feeling at that particular time. But what I would say is that, you know, these vlogs that I used to do, there is a reason why I cannot do them like I used to do. And as I've said to you just a moment ago, YouTube has a massive part to play in that, because it costs so much to put these vlogs together. Let me just carry on with this round, because I don't want to sit on this crocodile the whole time, but let me just carry on. A little bit of music, a little bit of golf, which someone commented on as well. They don't really like the music, and 4.5 minutes in, we're not actually getting any audio, but let's carry on with our game, shall we? Because the sun's going down and I've got to go and get Bobby in 20 minutes or so. Cracker, you'll like that one. Because there it is. Is that a bird there? Sat there? No, it's just a stump. Looks like a big bird, that did. That's a 2. That's a 2. Now, another comment that came in, which I will flash it up because I can't see it on my phone at this moment in time, was another advert. Well, I was driving down here today and I'm looking around the roads and I'm looking at all the cars and I'm looking at all the buildings as I'm driving past or whatever, and all I see is advertisement. All I see, whether someone's selling their house, advertising their house, the company that are selling the house are advertising their brand, the cars that are driving around, everything's got advertising on it. When I wear Under Armour, it's a form of advertisement. They support my channel to be able to allow me to go out and do all these sorts of things, because ultimately YouTube doesn't pay enough to be able to create videos that are basically free for you guys. So when it comes to me making videos or getting paid to be able to use an app or whatever it is, or for example, we did a fantastic sweepstake with the Masters, which added a massive added flavour to the actual Masters for me and all the people that entered. It was only a tenner, it was a bit of fun, but ultimately the app wanted to see how well we did before they wanted to talk to me a bit more about possibly doing something commercially in the future. And at the end of the day, we all live in and amongst adverts every single day. It's what makes the world tick. If you think about what you do for a job, you need to advertise in some way, shape or form, whether it's word or mouth or whatever it is. You have to advertise, or the business that you work for has to advertise, because if you don't have a job, because that product doesn't get sold or that service doesn't get supplied. So when I hear these things like just another advert, well, it's just the way of the world, I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen. We either accept it or we don't. Shadow there, need to get away from that look, so I'm going to punch in from that point. Now I'm out of the shadow, stroll in, pause, and miss the cut. That's disappointing. Well, sorry everybody, time is up. Oh, that's the shadow, you can't have that in the shot. Well, sorry everybody, time is up. I've got to go and pick Bobby up. Oh, sorry about that. I actually panicked a little bit because I didn't think I was going to get to Bobby's football in time, so I needed to pack everything up, get it in the van and get going. But I did want to give you a little bit of a quick update on the individuals that I used to have on the channel who are no longer kind of, handbrake be good, no longer kind of involved with what I've done with the production of this channel, and I just wanted to kind of run through with you who they are and kind of what they're up to, I suppose. Obviously I was doing a lot with Lester in the past. Lester's got his own channel, he's a busy boy, he's got a baby on the way, you know, he doesn't have a lot of time. I asked to film with him this week, and he just doesn't have the time to be able to put into me and help me with my channel. So, and I get that, and I fully appreciate everything he's done for what we've all achieved in this channel. My brother Paul is nursing a back. He's got 2 young kids. He's got a golf that he's trying to compete in and play in. He doesn't have the time to come away with me for a couple of days to do filming. James Ruth has got an injury at the moment. He's not been playing for 3 weeks because he's got 2 young kids. He doesn't have the time to, let's say, put into helping with the channel. Chris Gill lives 2.5 hours away, and again, I'll probably give you a bit more of an update on him, but he's moving jobs completely. You know, he's come out of Newport, he's had his ups and downs when it comes to the coaching element, so I would love to get him back on, and I'm sure I will get him back on before he makes his shift and change, but we'll come to that at some point. Lee Whitaker is not really doing a lot of golf now and is selling cars. We've got Joe the Pro, who has done an amazing and is really, really busy with Golf Monthly, and I'm super proud of what he's been able to achieve with that. Jordan Main, well, Jordan's gone off into the financial world. He lost the love of YouTube, he lost the love of golf a little bit to a point. Hopefully he's getting back into it. I'm playing in the Pro-Am with him very shortly at Torquay, so I'm looking forward to that. And then we have, who else we got? Scotty Pym. I offered Scotty 2 jobs to come and work for me. One was in the pro shop, didn't want to turn pro. One was to come and do some social media stuff for me, didn't really want to do it, so can't do much more on that front. And then Wilbur, well, Wilbur has come back as an amateur now and is playing amateur golf. He kind of finished with me, not under a cloud, but you know, it was a tricky one because he just didn't get his PGA done, so therefore that was the end of that in some ways, but lovely guy, and hopefully he's doing really well. James Pickard was working for me. He's doing his own thing in recruitment now. Haven't spoken to him some time. I also get comments from people saying, you know, get Mark Crossfield and get Crossfield and get Lockie back here. Well, funnily enough, recently I opened up a group chat with them and asked them if they would be interested in doing a course vlog with me, one more for the road. Would they be interested? They didn't respond and they left the group chat. So in my mind, they're just a pair of Other than that, I can't think of anyone else. James Urquhart, busy doing his coaching with his putting. Everybody's really busy and don't have the time to put into my YouTube channel. So hopefully that's you updated from those guys. Right, Bobby's on his way. I'm sorry if that was a big rant this week. Masters has just been and gone. This golf season's underway. Am I finishing YouTube at the end of 2020? Absolutely not. But what I would say is, if you're not enjoying the content, don't sit on here and whinge about it. Just unsubscribe. Absolutely. I'd rather create videos for 1,000 people that really, really enjoy what we're putting out and my journey along the way with golf. I never promised anything when I started this channel, and I've enjoyed it to this point. Comments like that, like I said, I've got thick skin and I can deal with it, but I'd rather go out there to 1,000 people and enjoy their company and spend time with them individually than just listen to kind of whinging comments, really, I suppose is probably the word. If you don't like it, unsubscribe, move on. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again. I might see you next week. Who knows?